Rev up your engines!
Watch out, the Chinese are invading North America now with their large electric trucks. Nikola better watch out. Nikola stock's dropping like a stone. They delivered a few trucks, but the company's pretty much insolvent. The Chinese electric truck maker JAC, J-A-C, has shipped 100 of these trucks to Mexico where they're starting to sell them. And I laugh at this, though. You gotta laugh. You ever been down to Mexico? One of the most polluted places on earth, right? Shirley Wagner, president of Mexico's Electromovilidad Association, EMA, is working to reduce Mexico's vehicular carbon emissions by going 100% electric by 2035. Yeah, Mexico's going to go electric by 20. Ha, ha, ha. They got all diesel junkers throwing smoke everywhere. There's no way that country, where are they going to get the electricity from? Their infrastructure's pretty crappy. Ever go down there? They got blackouts all the time, right? I mean, there's a fantasy for you. Now, this JAC N55 truck, it's not going to go that far. They claim it has a range of up to 125 miles, so you know it's going to be less than 100, right? That's not very far for the United States to deliver anything. And it can charge you 10 to 80% in 20 minutes. Well, hey, 125 miles is 100%. So that's only 70%. So right away, you're 70% of 125, right? So already it's going to be way down there. Maybe probably got a range of 70 miles or something, carrying a heavy load. Yeah, it's experimental. They're only selling 100 of them to the Mexicans to see if the thing's going to work. And they don't give any information on how much weight this thing can pull. It's a big truck, right? But how much weight is it going to be able to pull? How far? Probably not that far. That's why battery electric trucks are a stupid idea if they're giant and have to go any distance because it's too inefficient. The batteries are too heavy. The truck's too heavy. Electric motors do not work great at pulling heavy loads unless they have a really good power supply. Like, say, an American diesel train. Okay, American diesel trains have big diesel motors. And you know what the diesel motor does? It generates electricity, and it's really an electric train. There's electric motors. They've been that way for ages, right? But the power supply is diesel to a diesel engine, not battery electric that are just stupid for large vehicles. Well, we all know Nissan's in trouble. Well, now, guess what? They're cutting the production of the U.S. models by 30%. Because they can't sell the crap that they have now lying around. Nissan is now forecasting a 99% drop in quarterly operating profit. Whoo-wee! Now Nissan has gradually reduced productions, notifying dealerships and suppliers in the United States, and they confirm the inventory adjustments are being made for key models. Whatever that means. Quick, get rid of those things. Nobody wants to buy them. Well, we'll stop making 30% of them now. Toyota has a 30-day supply of cars in their dealers in the United States. Nissan inventory is 100 days, almost 3 times as much inventory as Toyota, because people don't want to buy them. They're not that well made, as I've said for years. You can sucker people for a certain amount of time to buy vehicles, right? But then people realize, hey, this stuff is junk. I don't want to buy it, so they don't buy it. And now they're stuck with the ones they can't sell, so they say, well, we're going to make 30% less for the U.S. market. We don't want them piling on top of each other. And on top of the production of their regular cars that they're cutting, get this. Nissan's plans for electric vehicle production in their Canton plant has been postponed indefinitely. So much, yeah, we're going to build electric. They can't even build regular cars. Now they're postponing the Canton, Ohio one indefinitely. Yeah, we're all going to be driving electric cars. Not so fast, people. Well, Hertz, the rental company everyone loves to hate. Look what they've done now. Hertz hit a customer with a $10,000 unlimited mileage fee, then threatens the guy who's going to arrest him if he doesn't pay. Now, to me, unlimited miles means what it says. Unlimited miles, right? Well, this customer, Hertz, rented a car and drove it 25,000 miles. He had the unlimited mileage rate. Hertz gave him a bill for $10,000 for excessive driving. Here's a recording of what happened. The customer says, $10,000 to my credit card? Hertz says yes. Literally, that's not even allowed. I never signed anything. Hertz says, you show me where it says I can't charge it. The customer says right here, it literally says I won't get charged anything. It says mileage allowed free. Hertz said, but you also never signed anything saying you were going to be allowed to drive 25,000 miles a month. The customer says, no, unlimited is 100,000 miles. No, it is not, says Hertz. Now, it's kind of insane. He didn't sign anything that said you're going to get charged so much, but it said unlimited miles. It didn't say there was a limit on it, right? What is with Hertz? What a sleazy company. And here's the Hertz guy says, dude, we're done. Please leave or I'll have you arrested. And he dials the phone. The customer says, wow, now you're going to call the cops on me. Okay. Now, I'd love to see this go to court because they told him it was unlimited miles. Now, what? Here's the problem is today, everyone's allowed to lie about just about everything. Elon Musk has his full self-driving car. It's not full self-driving, yet he calls it that. Now, Hertz is saying unlimited mileage, but they charged him $10,000, and he had a thing that said unlimited mileage, right? Oh, and they say, well, down somewhere there's a little thing that says, no, it would have to be out in the open. Now, if they want to say unlimited and have under it say unlimited means blah, 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 not more than so many miles, fine, but it said unlimited. It's just crazy. And that's Hertz for you. It's a horrible company. Then the guy treats them, calls the police on them. It's ridiculous. You know what I say? Hertz, don't rent from them. They're scumbags. Well, here's a shocker to me. Yamaha makes pretty good things, but Yamaha is now pulling out of the U.S. market with their electric bikes. And in doing so, they're offering sales of 60% off their Yamaha bikes. Now, I've seen them, and they were excellent. They had very heavy-duty Yamaha motors. Yamaha's a very good company. I think pianos, motorcycles, all kinds of stuff. And they do a pretty good job. The problem, Yamaha said, was there's too much competition in pricing, which, of course, is true. I checked out the prices, okay? Here's a Yamaha electric bike. It's $6,399, but it's discounted now to $2,999 because they're getting rid of them, all right? Well, let's face the facts. You're selling these bicycles for $6,400. I have been on Chinese-made bicycles that were killer bikes, and yeah, they were $2,300, right? But they were killer. That's not $6,400, right? I've been on Chinese bikes that were pieces of crap, but they were $600-700 bikes. You know, they worked, but they were junky. They didn't last long. But the ones that I've tried out that are like $2,400, they were really good electric bikes. Yamaha found out, hey, they can't compete with them. Yamaha says, as you know, the combination of a post-COVID oversupply within the entire bicycle industry, coupled with significant softening of the market, has resulted in a particularly competitive market. They were selling too expensive electric bicycles. Let's think about something. Bicycles, what are they? They're toys for most people. You really want a $6,400 toy when you can get a $1,200 toy? Of course you're going to buy the $1,200 toy, right? I mean, they all, as per usual, try the high-end crap. So by the end of this year, in 2024, Yamaha says they're pulling out of the U.S. bike market. Now, these weren't junky bikes. Like I said, I tried them out. I mean, in-house electric motors that Yamaha made themselves. They weren't piles of junk made from China. They were Japanese-made excellent motors, but their prices were just too high. Now, they're pulling out of the United States. Hey, they say they're going to honor the warranties of 5 years because they realize this, they're still selling them in the rest of the world. They're just pulling out of the United States. So they can still get parts and stuff for them, right? And they're 60% off. Let me tell you, they were excellent build bicycles. If you want an electric bicycle that's really well made, just realize that they're not going to sell them in the United States. Their marketing is finishing them off. They're discounting them 60%, and when they're gone, and you'd have to go overseas to buy one. So maybe not a bad time if you want a really quality electric bike. Yamaha makes good stuff, but they just couldn't make a profit. Cost too much money, so they're leaving. John 4:12 says, is a 2014 Chevy Impala a solid choice? I'm considering buying a car, and I found a Chevy Impala V6 with 82,642 miles. Seems in good condition, but I want to know about it. Should I be aware of things? This is a solid choice for a vehicle. It's only a solid choice for a vehicle if you want a bird feeder put in it or a lawn ornament, right? Those are horrible cars. They don't make them anymore. I would not buy that car. Let's say you didn't get the price. If it was dirt cheap, and a mechanic like myself checked it out and would warn you, look, these things have transmission problems. They got all kinds of problems. But maybe that one is still in decent shape. If you could get it really cheap, go ahead. You didn't say what year it was, right? But I would not pay serious money for that car. They're rolling piles of junk as they age. They're not making them anymore. They finally stopped making them. Really, Impalas have been junk since the year 2000 because up until then, they were rear-wheel drive, great cars, V8s, rear-wheel drive. 2000, they went to front-wheel drive. They went down the toilet. Americans never really learned how to make front-wheel drive vehicles, period. That's just the way that it goes. They do not know how to make front-wheel drive vehicles, and they really don't even make cars anymore. They make SUVs and trucks. So, no, I would not buy that unless it was dirt cheap. If you get a dirt cheap car and it's okay now, what the heck? You know, they claim that it costs like $5,500 a year to own and maintain a car. If you can get a car cheap enough and it lasts for a few years, it's okay. But if a guy's asking serious money, just run away from that thing. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.